question that I've asked a couple of other people. What do you think about the future of blockchain gaming in NFTs when it comes to this exactly? So you have top streamers, maybe like your top game players. They use a weapon. For instance, I always use Doctor Disrespect. Shout out to him. I love him. He's great content. So what about if in blockchain gaming he uses a specific weapon, might not be the kind of game style, but a specific weapon has 10,000 kills for it because it's on the blockchain, it's encoded, we know it was his, and now that weapon's actually, yep, more valuable because it's 10,000 kills by this famous streamer or world player. So it just makes it that much more valuable. You probably will see this more in the Guild Wars or like the Diablo type games, but maybe speak a little bit on that.
Yeah, so exactly what you're explaining can be done right now. Some major streamer out there can go and say, this is my weapon. I can verify it's my weapon because I can sign this blockchain transaction, and here's the code for it. And you're like, oh crap, that actually is his weapon. Like and you can see him going and killing all these mobs or killing all these low NPCs or whoever else, or kill another kind of popular Twitch streamer, and like there's beef between them. But now you want to try and get this weapon from him. You want to try and buy it from him. This is all possible at the moment. And kind of it blows my mind as to how things can be monetized. Putting your time into this and you're creating value, and other people have the perception, or like not even the perception, but they agree that gives it value. That's a historical piece, or that's a collectible piece. And when something falls into that category of collectible or like a collectible or a historical piece, that has a price tag associated with it. And these Twitch streamers can now monetize their time rather than, which is way more important, rather than selling themselves to advertisers to do product placements or doing adverts on their channels, or all of this sort of monetization that has happened in Twitch and YouTube and streaming culture. This allows a direct relationship between the streamer and the actual buyer or the direct audience, without having to worry about the third-party business that's kind of getting in the way of giving them friction between the streamer and the actual consumer of the streamer's products. So I think it's amazing. There's so much stuff, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of what NFTs can do for us. I think they can do way more. When you can 100% verify that one thing is actually there and you own it, there's so much more stuff you can do with it.
Yes.
But in regards to like Web3 and regards to streamers, this can be done already. I'm sure someone out there has already like killed a bunch of NPCs or something with one weapon, and it's a legendary because of this, and it's worth more.
Yeah. I always say, welcome to the decentralized future. It's about to get crazy, y'all. It's gonna be nuts, and there's gonna be some fat pockets coming out of this. Man. And it's kind of like this old funny saying, right? Like you'd probably deal with this, if you have a family member that maybe hunts, or if you think about like the old spaghetti westerns, this gun right here, this old six-shooter, it's got 40 million kills on it or something, you know what I mean? I've killed 7 cattle with this thing. Well, now we can actually verify if you killed 7 cattle. We now know that. And
it
go
lives
ahead.
forever. It lives forever on the blockchain.
Yes, it does. Forever. And we also know how many deaths you took during that time period. So what if you were just in a golden era, like a 2-year, 1-year, 6-month streak, and now it shows that you literally just went the off for this 6 months, had like a 10,000 kills, had like 1 death on some crazy KD. It's just gonna make it go so much higher in price when it hits that marketplace. This is gonna be nuts.
That's exactly what we're saying here. That gives that item historical value. It's like it sets a precedent. It's the first ever weapon to have done this feat, which gives it value, which is amazing. And now that value directly goes to that streamer or the person owning that item, and not to like a company, not to a third-party producer. Goes to you, Moonman. You're the guy that spent all this time to do it. That's awesome. In regards, we can take it back to Star Atlas. Let's say
we can. Let's do it.
Someone's got like 100k tree arrow or something like that, and they went out and killed a Titan or a mothership. Okay.
Yes.
Like even if
we don't need video proof anymore.
Yeah, you don't need that to happen. You can see on the blockchain that they did it, and now you want to be associated with that history of that tree arrow. Hell, even if it's like a Calico Compact Hero or whatever kind of tiny ship it is, and it took down a mothership or took down like a capital class ship. You're like, oh, I know it's just a Calico Compact Hero or it's an
Mm-hmm.
X5, but I now want that because that's that specific ship that took down $100,000 or $1 million ship. It's got value,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yes. No, it's gonna get
It's
nuts,
crazy.
man.